to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in. Great to be with you as always. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition Coast to Coast. And, if you're new to the show, stick around. Things unfold. I produce the show as well, so we're organized around here. That being said, there is an emergent quality to communication. You know this from your own life experience. Having a conversation with somebody, you intend to talk about one thing and other things bubble up. That happens on radio as well. And so we work without a net, and it's a lot of fun to do that. It's risky because the lawyers always say, never ask a question to which you do not know the answer. Around here, I will ask guests a question. The answer that they will give, I am not sure. The other day, I asked the guest, what do you think about saturated fat? I don't see if my producers remember this. I won't tell you who the guest is. And the person whom I respect a lot gave an answer that is contrary to my point of view. Do you remember that conversation?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember what I said to the guest?
You said something to that you didn't agree with him.
That's exactly right. But I was rhetorically sensitive.
Yeah, you weren't mean. You didn't.
I wasn't obnoxious. I wasn't a
yeah.
jackass.
Because he had a different view about all fats, and he
Right.
concluded all fats. And
Remember, I said, what do you think about a diet high in saturated fat and red meat? And then he did a lot of conditional statements. Well, if the person does this, if the person does B, if the person does, and I let him go. And when he was finished, I said, that's a lot of ifs, meaning conditions that need to be satisfied that would moderate the effect of the saturated fat. And I know human nature and human behavior a little bit. Don't know everything. I know a little bit, but I know this. Most people won't satisfy all those conditions when they're eating red meat and a diet high in saturated fat. It was a long list. Remember the
it was like 15 things. I think.
If all those things are in place, go ahead.
It was almost like you had to be an athlete, a professional athlete,
or nutritionist.
Yeah,
to know what the hell you're doing
to meet the demands of what he was talking about.
This is my way. And I'm going to get to Gary in a second. He's on the menu for today. This is my position. It's going to come up today in my conversation, I'm sure. A lot of people in the natural products industry and in the world of natural health disagree with me. But that's okay. My independent review of the literature instructs me to share with you that the idea of eating a diet relatively high in saturated fat is a bad idea. And I don't care if it's coconut oil blessed by your parish priest either. I have an example, a living example. He won't be on the show today, of a person who had a crushing heart attack and was diagnosed with artery disease. I have the evidence that he is disease-free from heart disease. And we have the imaging studies to prove it. How did he do it? He eliminated saturated fat from animal meats and went to a plant-based diet, which I will discuss with him at some point when I get him on. He's the only example I have. He has other examples of people who have reversed heart disease. They have reversed it. And I was talking to him this morning. As it turns out, this man was one of my students, and I mentored him all the way through graduate school, through his master's program and his PhD. I was his mentor. So I have intimate knowledge about this man. And he happens to be a therapist, by the way. And he is absolutely convinced, because he was eating coconut oil, his diet was high in saturated fat. He had a heart attack. He's 40-something. He's not some old man filled with decrepitude and needs a man Friday to get him around places. Now, there are people listening to this show and watching it right now that disagree with me. That's okay. I respect your opinion and your point of view. And by the way, you have a pile of literature that would support your position as well. And I can point you to it. I know that literature. I know both sides of the argument. I've made it this is the truth. If I believe something is unhealthy, I will not do it, even though other people are saying it's okay to do. And I will not do it, and I will come on the show and tell you that I believe it's unhealthy, even though some renowned experts are telling you that saturated fat is just fine, don't worry about it. I wouldn't be able to sleep if I came on the air and did that. Because I'm a person of science. I'm sorry. I was trained to be this way, and I like it. But I would like to think my mother, taught me a little good sense than my dad. Let's see what Bill thinks. Hi, Bill.
Doctor, I couldn't agree with you more.
Oh, I found one person agrees with me.
and you got scared, but no, I agree with you completely. But more than your scientific knowledge is what you just alluded to, common sense. And I will urge people to look up a study that they did in Finland where people were dropping in their 30s from heart attacks, and they believe the same thing. Now, for all the health food people who got a few bucks in their pockets that think, oh, meat is great when you get it sourced out right, look at the Mongolian people. You couldn't find pure beef on the planet. You couldn't find... Watch a National Geographic. These are happy-go-lucky people, great attitude, purest meat in the world, active as all get out, and they're dropping like flies at an early age.
As the Almighty is my judge, 30 minutes ago, I used that example with the man I'm referring to. And I reminded him, I said, in pastoral societies, we know pastoral society is a society that celebrates meat. It's almost a religion, and they eat very few vegetables. I said heart disease and cancer are rampant. And I used Mongolia as I swear to you.
I'm sure would eat a lot of greens if they had it, but they're living in very stark conditions. That's about their only food source there, really. So
Bill, before they eat it, they have before they slaughter the animal, the cattle, they have a religious ceremony, and they pray. I mean, cattle is revered in that culture, and you're right.
Doctor, you said something very, very important, and I know that you're a spiritual being, and I as well, and there's no way you can live without that. When I have watched these documentaries, and I can only stand it for about 5 minutes about these slaughterhouses and so forth, I know people don't want to hear this, but they're shooting, they're torturing, and that's in the good places. Folks, that's in the good places.
Hold your thought, Bill. We come back. I'll pick you up on the other side of these messages. Dominique Clark Ostrander will be my guest today. She has a point of view about this too.
During the life cycle, the type and amount of probiotics needed for best results changes as the body ages and experiences different health conditions. For this reason, Udo's Choice Probiotic Blends by Flora are available in formulations and concentrations based on published clinical studies. The Udo's Choice line of probiotics offers 7 powerful probiotic blends that are specifically formulated to be age and condition specific for either infants, children, adults, advanced adults, or those with specific health needs. All 7 blends of Udo's probiotics use only medicinal strains of friendly probiotic bacteria. Each of the Udo's Choice probiotics are multi-strain formulas, which means they benefit the entire intestinal tract. Take a proactive approach to maintaining gastrointestinal well-being, a core foundation of overall good health, by using the right probiotic supplement. Udo's Choice probiotics are science-based, condition-specific, vegetarian, raw, and gluten-free. Find them in the cooler at local health food stores.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted Best Independent Chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our #1 ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' Pledge of Integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by BSN, Finish First, Flora, Premium Organic Oils, Teas, Tonics, and Supplements, Jarrow Formulas, Superior Nutrition and Formulation, Natural Factors, where great health begins, Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless, A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome to the Valentine's edition of Let's Talk Nutrition. Happy Valentine's Day. How's your heart health? It's interesting that the heart is used as a romantic symbol and metaphor, isn't it? It's also a little disconcerting that heart disease is a leading cause of death in the United States. I'm not making any parallels, Gary.
No.
Happy Valentine's Day, pal.
How are you doing?
I'm good, man.
I saw something on your wrist I wanted to say something about.
Oh, my watch?
Yeah.
You like that watch?
Yes.
You noticed?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I love watches. My dad taught me to love watches.
And what kind is that?
This is a ball, Ball watch.
Right.
A ball watch, a new one, a new design. I didn't intend to buy it the other day. I was at Old Northeast Jewelers. You know that.
Yes.
You know this, folks?
Yes, I do.
In St. Petersburg.
Yep.
And I went into the store and I saw it. And this is a watch that's under the radar. And I saw it and I loved it. In fact, I took a photograph and put up on my Facebook page. We'll do that again today.
Okay.
You like it?
Yeah, I do.
It's a masculine watch.
That one and the James Bond watch are my two.
Oh, you like my
watches.
James Bond? Yeah. My dad taught me about what time is interesting. And I should explore this a little bit now that you mention it. What's the connection between time, health, wellness, and well-being?
I don't think we have enough time to maintain our health.
Boy, thank you. And people put off, right? But thank you for noticing. We'll take a photograph of it and put it up on the page.
Okay.
Bill, welcome back. Go ahead and make your argument, Bill. You were going to...
We were talking about the killing of animals, which they call the processing of the meat or whatever. You know,
the slaughter. They slaughter the cattle.
Yeah. And I was watching one where the pigs, they were saying actually some of them pass out because they're just like us. They're built just like us. They even use their valves, you know that, and humans and other parts. And they're so frightened and so scared, Doctor. Now, you can't tell me that these cows and pigs don't release some horrible chemicals into that meat.
They may.
Something that died in absolute agony and screaming as it sees it's sometimes even family members slaughtered.
Well,
and I'm preaching to myself, people out there too, because sometimes I eat meat and I've got to try to stop it. And also, let me mention chickens. Everybody thinks chicken is the clean food. Chickens, if you do a little research on that, is allowed by the agricultural department, but they really don't even want to. It's that full of bacteria.
Well, here's my concern. I'm concerned about how the animals are raised because that affects their health. I'm concerned about what the animals are fed. I'm also concerned about what the animals are either injected with or given in their feed that is medication. Oftentimes they're fed feed that's unhealthy. It's not nutritious, and it contains drugs of one sort or another because they're raised in closed quarters and disease spreads.
And you can be assured, Doctor, that anybody that buys a hamburger for 89 cents, you can be assured that meat has everything that you're talking about. But I think we need to keep on that conversation of the absolute purest meat on earth is still not good for you. You know, the Mongolians have every single criteria for a long life. They even have the family connection and working together and staying with the same family their whole lives, which isn't hard when you live to 40-something. But they have every criteria, just one little thing. They eat meat, primarily meat.
All right. Now, in all fairness, here's another piece of my thinking. I think meat was part of our eating meat was part of our evolution. I personally am moving more and more towards a strict only plant-based diet. Since I was diagnosed with cancer, I'm reevaluating my diet. I eat a calorie-restricted Mediterranean diet. It's very healthy. My cancer was not caused by my diet or my lifestyle. It was caused by a virus.
But that virus may have been turned on. That switch was
we never know. But my point is this. I think meat is appropriate if it's free range, grown and fed properly, and consumed moderately. I think some people can eat it and do fine with it, and I don't think you need to become a vegan or vegetarian. I'm pretty fair-minded about this. I like a steak once in a while. I mean, believe me, I love the smell of it and taste of it too. It's just, for me, I don't even eat chicken anymore. I will eat fish. So I am not putting a ban on meat or red meat. My language is precise. I said a diet high in saturated fat, high in especially processed red meat, is deleterious to your health, and it's connected to the obesity epidemic.
I agree, and like we're going to loop back to your car and the watch. If a steak makes you feel good a couple times a month, do it. If you're at grandma's house and she makes something, don't push yourself away from the table and say, oh, I can't eat that, because that is deleterious to your health. You know what we're talking about here, Doctor, what you started the conversation with? Common sense, people.
Yeah.
You can't eat a quarter pounder with cheese 10 times a month.
No, I wouldn't recommend it, even with coconut oil. Bill, thank you.
They got some guy now on television talking about he's eating a Big Mac every day for the last, I think it was 15 years.
Good for him.
Come on.
Go ahead. Have at it, buddy. Not me. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate your call. Dominique Ostrander is my guest. We'll see if we can get her on the hook here and get her point of view about this.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to be with you. Steven's here today, as always. Gary's with me on this side of the glass. Steven's on the other side of the glass. Two fine young men that help get this show on the air 5 days a week, 2 hours a day, live, without a net. Steven's been with me almost 12 years, and I am hard-pressed to think even one time where he did something that screwed up the show and I got knocked off the air. Not one time. It's pretty good.
Not bad.
That's pretty darn good. So, thank you, Stephen.
I got a Facebook message for you.
Okay.
And it says, Doc, thanks for taking the time to answer my question. Like your one listener quote from Eleanor Roosevelt, we must do things we think we cannot do. So thankful I found you many late afternoons ago on the radio. You helped me help myself.
Help myself. Yeah, we can't mention a name. I don't have permission. If you send me a message on Facebook or an email, you can send me an email, drgarko@letstalknutrition.com. Please indicate that it's okay to use I'll use your first name. Sort of indicate that, and then I'll use at least your first name. If you don't want me to use your name, I won't. But that was a nice message. Some numbers.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255 or at drgarko@letstalknutrition.com.
My guest is Dominique Ostrander, educated for Jarrow Formula. She sent me an article, and I remember reporting on the story when it broke. It was breaking news that day, and then I commented on it. And I just commented a bit ago. We filmed something during the first break. We posted it on my Facebook page. I didn't like it, so we took it down. I'm going to put it back up in a second. When we go to break again, we'll reshoot it. I'm doing little vignettes. You'll find them on the Facebook page. And it'll be my commentary on saturated fat. In a nutshell, I think it's a bad idea to have a diet high in saturated fat and to eat a diet high in red meat, especially red processed meat. Notice I said high. I don't believe in a total ban on eating meat. Some people do. I don't. If it's raised properly, fed properly, cooked properly, I think in moderation it's just fine. For me, I'm moving more and more towards a plant-based diet. I'm almost there, 100%. Almost. Dominique, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to have you on. Is obesity a disease?
That's a very serious question, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because I've given that question so much thought recently. We talked about this quite a while ago on the air, and having dealt with an obese population, I can say that it's so much more complicated than just pushing yourself away from the table. There are so many components. I don't necessarily think... I think it's the cause of so many other problems. Is it the cause of death? People die from complications of obesity. So therefore, I try and make the deduction, is it a disease? And I would have to say it has to be treated as the cause of many other diseases. So yes.
But do you? But
yes, I do. I think.
Seeing it as a cause of heart disease, seeing it as a cause of colon cancer or cancer, for example, generally, is one thing.
Or hypertension. Or
right. But do you consider it a disease unto itself? In November of, let me pull it up, when I reported on it, looking at my notes, I believe it was, wasn't it somewhere in November 2013 when the American College of Cardiology and the Obesity Society posed the question, should doctors consider obesity a disease and more actively treat obese patients for weight loss?
Right, and they wanted to consider it a disease at that time because then it would force doctors to spend more time with their patients discussing their weight, their issues, their eating habits, their exercise habits, and the consequences of remaining that much overweight. So without classifying it as a disease, then doctors were kind of given the pass on having to spend so much time addressing it, which, let's face it, that's an uncomfortable issue, physician or not.
So in other words, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I want to make sure I understand what you just said. Are you saying that the American Medical Association and doctors that were involved in making this decision believe that if obesity were made a disease, doctors would spend more time with the patients who were obese patients and talk to them about their obesity because they're not doing that now? Did I get that
Correct.
right? Did I get that
Correct.
right?
That's exactly right. And that would also put it in the category of maybe prescribing, because there was a poll, it's very interesting. If you read through all of the commentary, which was predominantly from physicians on that article, you will see that a lot of them, and the survey revealed that most of the physicians did not prescribe. It was less than 1% that prescribed anti-obesity drugs. And so therefore, if you're not seeing this as a disease, chances are you're not going to prescribe a medication that could be available to help treat it. Not that I'm saying or I'm advocating, I'm just reporting. I'm not saying that I'm pro anti-obesity drugs or anything like that. I'm remaining neutral in this moment. But seeing it as a disease then says, okay, well, like other diseases, like diabetes, for example, there's many glucose control drugs. So let's prescribe those. So with the same idea in mind, if we continue to see obesity as a disease, we look at drug options, we look at surgical options. Can we make this patient a gastric bypass patient and have them go through that? Again, seeing as a disease, we create more options rather than, hey, maybe you should just stop eating so much.
That's the argument.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true. I think you create more pharmaceutical options.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you create more alternative options in making it a disease. I don't think so. I could be wrong about that. That's just sort of off the top of my head.
I agree with you on that. It's not that easy. It's not that hard. It's just stop eating.
June 18th, 2013, if you want to get a real sense of what's going on here, there was an article in the New York Times. On that day, the headline was AMA recognizes obesity as a disease, and Andrew Pollack wrote, the American Medical Association has officially recognized obesity as a disease, a move that could induce physicians to pay more attention to the condition and spur more insurers to pay for treatments, close quote. That's a matter of opinion.
Did you know that the most common form of calcium supplement today is calcium carbonate, also known as limestone? You don't eat rocks as part of your balanced diet, so why would you choose to supplement your bone health nutritional needs with limestone? Our bodies understand and seek whole food sources of nutrition. New Chapter is proud to deliver Bone Strength Take Care, a calcium complex that delivers key bone health nutrients in the form of whole food, not rocks. Bone Strength Take Care also delivers key bone-nourishing nutrients, including vitamins D3 and K2. Vitamin K2 is of critical importance as it ensures calcium is placed in the bone where it's needed and stays out of the arteries where it's not. Discover for yourself the whole food bone health alternative to rocks. Bone Strength Take Care, the best-selling natural bone health supplement in America. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
As a family-owned company since 1968, Now Foods has spent the last 46 years building a legacy in the natural health industry as a trusted leader. Now provides a comprehensive approach to wellness by offering more than 1,400 high-quality health foods, supplements, sports nutrition, and personal care products at an affordable price. Now believes that natural is better. They don't use artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, and they offer many vegetarian, organic, and gluten-free products. Their foods are all non-GMO. Since their beginning, Now has grown grown to become an award-winning leader in the natural health industry. But one thing has never changed: their commitment to providing the highest quality products at the best value to empower people to lead healthier lives. High quality doesn't have to mean high price. From essential oils to amino acids, multivitamins to natural sweeteners, Now has you covered. To find a store near you that carries Now products, or for more information, visit nowfoods.com. That's nowfoods.com.
Are you suffering from those awful allergies? Hay fever, sneezing, watery eyes. Here's some advice you won't want to miss.
I'm a doctor, and my patients used to dread allergy season. But then I discovered A. Vogel Allergy Relief, a unique combination of natural ingredients that usually addresses every one of my patients' symptoms. And while it's clear that the vast majority of my patients benefit significantly from A. Vogel Allergy Relief, what's even more amazing is that after using it, at least half of my patients' symptoms didn't return. As a doctor, that's the kind of outcome my patients and I can appreciate.
Get doctor-recommended A. Vogel Allergy Relief for your allergy symptoms. It's proven safe, it doesn't make you drowsy, it's fast-acting, and it may even help prevent your allergies from returning. Available at vitamin discount centers, Richards, Rollin' Oats, Vitamin Shop, Nutrition Smart, and other fine health food stores.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymedica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymedica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Zinnia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Zinnia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Zinnia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Zinnia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Zinnia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, and collagen and elastin peptides, all combined in 1 capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you're strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Zinnia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Zinnia by name. Start taking Zinnia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing. Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. North American Herb and Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening to this show and whatever you may be doing. And my guest is Dominique Ostrander. Considering the question, is obesity a disease? Moreover, within that discussion or maybe argument that can be made one way or another, one should consider the question, is saturated fat a risk factor for heart disease and obesity? And given it's Valentine's Day, the heart is sort of appropriate. Dominique, welcome back. You heard me read that quote from the New York Times about heart disease, obesity rather, being considered a disease. Do you have? I was trying to find the date when atherosclerosis was considered a disease. I can't nail down the date. I know that heart disease caused by atherosclerosis has been the leading cause of death since about 1921. I don't know when it was classified as a disease. And I don't know when they classified it as a disease that it made much difference in abating the rate of heart disease in the country and moving it out of the number one slot. So I don't know. I am not sure. And I'm being sincere. I'm not sure that making obesity a disease and classifying it as such is going to improve or otherwise slow down the obesity epidemic. Where are you on it?
I don't necessarily think it's going to slow it down either. I think it's going, it's funny because it is sort of tied in, not sort of, it is definitely tied into what you were discussing in the very first part of the show about beef and how our animals are treated and grown and what they're treated with. And I've always said that it just seems to be that the amount of hormones, the amount of things that are in our environment has to have some influence on this growing, what seems to just be, it's incredible when you look at the numbers, the amount of people that are obese, that 1/3 of Americans now are considered obese, with some ethnic groups reaching 50%. Mm-hmm. How do you explain that? To me, that has to be something that's done to the food supply, that our bodies just can't process. We're reacting hormonally differently. It just seems that there's an incredible amount of toxins, things that our bodies just don't recognize.
There is a robust, let me see if I can put this together. There is a robust constellation of risk factors for obesity. Some are modifiable, some are non-modifiable. Age is a very big risk factor for obesity. As people age, they tend to gain weight for a lot of different reasons. There are modifiable risk, diet and all the variables that constitute that construct or variable, and lifestyle and all the variables that constitute that idea. There are numerous risk factors. One of the biggest risk factors that is noted in the literature is now the pervasive, the pervasiveness of processed foods into the American food chain, and now being part of the standard. It's almost become the standard American diet. That is one of the number one culprits, processed foods, high in salt, sugar, and fat. And then sodas jacked with high fructose corn syrup, another one that's in the lineup of the usual suspects.
Mm-hmm. And gluten-free foods.
And
Talk
who?
about something that's jacked, gluten-free foods. Talk about foods that are jacked with salt and sugar. It's incredible.
Say that again now. Gluten-free?
Yes.
I thought gluten-free was supposed to be healthy.
Not the processed packaged foods. They're horrible. They're horrible. They are
Talk about that.
With calories.
Talk about that.
Well, whatever they have to do to substitute the whole grains in the food. I don't know anything about the processing. All I can do is look at the label and say, wow, if you compare gluten-free bread or cookies or whatever, crackers, to another brand that's not gluten-free, the caloric content is much higher, the sugar content is higher, fat might be the same, but bottom line is the calories are higher. It's
so not all gluten-free products you're saying are healthy, even though they're sold in health stores.
Absolutely.
And I think you should pay attention to what Miss Ostrander is saying, because a large portion of her life every day is spent in retail health stores throughout the Southeast, mom and pop stores and the big chains, and she's shopping these stores all the time. She's looking at competitors. She works for Jarrow, and she's dialed in. I never thought to make that point. Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome. It's interesting because having done what I've done for so many years, not just with Jarrow, but before that doing cardiac rehab, it's looking at food labels is like brushing your teeth for me. It's just something I do. When I look at something, I go to buy something, I look and see what's in it. And it's interesting to see the ingredients that have potato starches, rice flours, all the things that have to replace whole grains. And there's been a lot of talk about how the people that are going gluten-free for digestive sensitivities, whatever their issue is, can actually eat wheat. It's just that the wheat that we have come to know recently is unrecognizable. And so the recommendation is to eat whole grain wheat, to look for those things, rather than being gluten-free and then going towards that direction and then looking at all those packaged processed foods that are no better than the other packaged processed foods just because they don't contain gluten. But to actually look for 100% whole grain, 100% whole wheat, that those our bodies will recognize.
You don't consider them to be as healthy, you're thinking, as they're claimed to be. Is that what you said?
I think when it comes to whole grain and whole wheat, I think that if you're not gluten sensitive, if you don't have actual gluten sensitivity, I think that would be the way
to go
to keep grains in your diet.
All right. You're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition Coast to Coast. We take on these difficult issues. If you have a point of view, any doctors listening today, call in. You may disagree with me about saturated fat. Cardiologist. I had a cardiologist come on this show one time, and he said, quote, some of these cardiologists want to put statins in the water, close quote. He didn't like it. Or welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to be with you. I had to grab an article. Glad you could tune in. Glad to be with you. Dominique Ostrander is my guest. If my memory serves me, that quote, I thought it was a cardiologist, but it could have been another doctor who said on the show, if the cardiologists had their way, they would put statins in the water, close quote. I think it was Dr. McAllister that said that on my show one time. He may not remember that. Now that I see his name up on the computer screen, he's hanging in wings to come on. I'm going to get him on with. I love Dr. McAllister. He's a traditional allopathically trained physician. That doesn't mean that, he marches in lockstep with that crew. He has his own view, and my own physician, Dr. McElwain, comes on to the show. We don't throw doctors under the bus around here. That's nonsense. I don't need to do that to legitimate this show. I haven't done it in 12 years. I'm not going to start anytime soon. It's a way of training people. It's a point of view. It has served society well. Doctors are not demonic. People want to blame doctors for everything. We don't do that here. No need. Whatever it takes to help the patient, help themselves get better, we'll embrace it. Dominique, welcome back. Dr. McAllister, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Hey, Dr. Jarrow, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Yourself?
Good.
Good?
So, yeah, I think you're right about that. Doctors die every day. We're not holding back any secrets. We're all in this together. And, we all are looking for the ways to end misery and to end disease and those kind of things, but it often seems kind of futile. But, medicine goes through different cycles. I mean, they used to say that half of what, the half-life of what you learned in medical school was about 5 years. So
wow,
there doesn't seem to be absolute truths. There's just evolving truth.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is one of those demonstrations of alternative facts.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Dr. McAllister. Since you graduated from medical school, and again, you're a surgeon, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. What do you think has been the biggest change in your point of view in practicing medicine since medical school that they may not have taught, whether they taught you? What is it? How have you really changed? What's the biggest change in how you practice medicine?
Well, it has changed. A lot of things have changed. Not only how we treat disease, but also the diseases themselves. There was at one time, and unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess maybe, I've been around long enough to see all that kind of evolve. There was a time when infectious disease was a huge concern, and still is. Mm-hmm. There were epidemics of the flu and
polio,
epidemics of polio and those kinds of things. And, we were focused on that. And then there was a time in my memory where we were doing a lot of vascular surgery, predominantly because of the cigarette epidemic. And so you had people that were smoking, and vascular disease was very common. We did a lot of bypass surgeries, a lot of, carotid endarterectomies to prevent stroke, coronary artery bypass, all those kind of things were all directly related to the amount of smoking that was endemic in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And then as the preventive, things came along and smoke cessation took over, and although there's still a lot of people who smoke, there's less and less vascular disease. I don't do vascular surgery anymore. So it used to be a big part of my practice and no longer is. So now we're faced with this epidemic of obesity, and now we're feeding people to death. And it started out, it seemed like it was there were a time when people were trying to get enough calories in, trying to get enough protein, and those kinds of, focused on nutrition because they didn't. It was, people couldn't afford food.
I understand.
And now I'm already seeing the ravages of now 20 years of people being overweight, metabolic syndrome. Those kinds of things now are translating into surgical diseases. And so you have this epidemic of young people who are type 2 diabetics at the age of 20. And
correlated with their obesity or being overweight or obese.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, a third of the people in the United States are obese now. And so we have a new epidemic, and there's going to be a whole new set of problems and diseases that will require surgical intervention because there's no way to stop it. It appears, unless we become educated about it.
Well, yes and no. I'll explain. Do you think obesity, according to the American Medical Association back in 2013, declared it to be a disease? Do you embrace that point of view?
Yeah, I guess it depends on your definition
of disease.
Right? I mean, I think it's it's certainly an epidemic, and whether that is, it's not in the traditional sense of an infectious problem, but rather a condition that has occurred that results in the human being not living optimally. And so it carries with it, I mean, even if you look at something like dementia, there is clearly a genetic predisposition for dementia. And if you have a certain a measurable genetic component, and you're homozygous for that, 100% of those people will get dementia. The second most common cause is metabolic syndrome.
Wow.
And so, that's something that can be altered. The genetic part of it can't.
What do you make of this definition of disease? And let's see if I can pin you down. It's here's the definition: a disorder of structure or function in a human, animal, or plant, especially one that produces specific signs or symptoms, or that affects a specific location and is not simply a direct result of physical injury. That's a reasonable definition, yeah?
Yeah.
When I read that definition, I would say, you know what? Being obese I could slot obesity into that definition. Comfortably. Yeah. And I could sleep at night saying, some doctors don't think it's a disease. They say, no, obesity is not like cancer. Obesity is not like heart disease. Obesity, they say, is a lifestyle disease.
I tend to think it's not so much a disease, too. I don't put it in that same category because it is an alterable condition, as opposed to some of these other things. Often, no matter what you do,
you can't. There are some diseases, once you have them, you will always, like diverticulitis. You never get rid of that, right?
Well, you can surgically get rid of it.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah.
But you're right. You can treat it, and, you can alter some things by dietary change, but there's plenty of people that suffer with recurrent diverticulitis.
I got it. Okay, we come back. We're going to explore this some more, and we'll get Dominique Ostrander, and then we'll get to Nancy. We'll go to her first when we come back about saturated fats and eating meat. Ooh.
Udo's 369 Oil Blend by Flora provides all the essential omegas in one convenient blend. Flora's blend contains omega-3 and 6 essential fatty acids in the ideal 2-to-1 ratio, plus the added benefits of omega-9. Every cell, tissue, gland, and organ is dependent upon the presence of essential fatty acids. Flora only uses pure, fresh-pressed flax oil and blends it with sunflower, coconut, and sesame oils. This complete blend provides all the omegas that the body needs. Since the body can't make them, it is important to use Udo's oil daily. Just blend, mix, and drizzle it into every meal. The pleasant, nutty, buttery flavor of the oil can make it an easy addition to smoothies, salad dressings, and so much more. Udo's oil is omegas made easy. Make sure to get Udo's oil once a day, every day. Udo's oil is vegan, gluten-free, certified organic, and non-GMO to ensure the highest quality possible. For optimum freshness, Udo's oil is sealed in recyclable amber glass bottles to avoid damage from heat and light. Udo's oil is available at local health food stores. Find it in the cooler.
It's no secret that as we age, our bodies go through a lot of changes. Most people believe aches and pains are an inevitable part of the aging process, but it doesn't have to be. You can do something about it. Collagen is the major component of connective tissue in the body and is the foundation of ligaments, tendons, cartilage, and bones. After age 25, natural collagen production typically slows at a rate of about 1.5% per year. Fast forward to age 50 and your body could be producing 35% less collagen, possibly resulting in weakened connective tissue and bones. Collagen Joint Complex by NeoCell is an all-natural, complete joint formula that contains collagen, glucosamine, chondroitin, and hyaluronic acid, which are the 4 key nutrients needed to support the health of our joints. To learn more about NeoCell's full line of joint support, beauty, and anti-aging products, visit neocell.com or visit your favorite local health food store nationwide.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace for a good night's rest naturally.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by BSN, Finish First, Flora, Premium Organic Oils, Teas, Tonics, and Supplements, Jarrow Formulas, Superior Nutrition and Formulation, Natural Factors, where great health begins, Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless, A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Dominique Ostrander, educated for Jarrow Formulas, is my guest, and Dr. McAllister also called in today. Nice to hear from him. I haven't talked to him in a long time. He's a surgeon, been doing this a very long time. We'll get back to him in a moment as well. As promised, let's go to Tampa, Florida. Nancy, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. You had a thought or two or question about saturated fats and eating meat?
Yes, thank you for taking my call. Have you ever heard of the blood type diet, like it's O, A, and B?
Yes.
A, B?
Yes, I have.
And they say if you're type O, you could eat like meat. Meat is good for you. So I'm wondering about that.
Okay, let's talk about that. Again, I'm a person of science, and I show me the data. I can't help it. That's that's the way that's what I learned. That's what I believe in, and that's what I do on this show. I know, Gary. Look up the title of the book, and we'll get the exact title: blood type diet or something like that. It's on Amazon. There are no clinical trials that I know of that support that theory. Okay? Now, that being said, Nancy, I have guests that come on the show and reference that diet or allude to it or fully embrace with it and waltz around the room with it all day long. I try to keep an open mind. You find it?
Yeah, it's called Eat Right for Your Type. And it's
a doctor
with
a doctor.
Peter Adamo.
No, spell it.
D-ADAMO.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I know who he is, and I have guests that know him that are very close colleagues with him. The science is not there to support that theory. Therefore, that's why I don't talk about it on the show, because I don't want to be throwing people under the bus all day. You brought it up. I'll talk about it. Do you eat meat?
I do, but my son, he's about 47 years old, and he's on type O, and he eats pretty a lot of meat and all. So I'm concerned. That's why I'm asking.
Well, I wouldn't worry about his blood type. I would worry about his arteries. His penchant for eating meat, his relationship with food is such that he likes to eat meat. We could talk about that. My opinion is this, based on my independent review of the literature. A diet, and notice my language, high in saturated fat, high in red meat, especially processed meat, is a risk factor for heart disease. That's my opinion. People disagree with me. I have a body of science to support my argument. And honestly, in all fairness, there's a body of science that supports the other side that says, go ahead, consume the coconut oil, eat, saturated fat, you're going to be fine. I don't embrace that point of view. I just can't bring myself to say that on the air. I think it would be irresponsible.
Yeah.
I doubt if I just helped you, though, right?
Yeah. I'm a type B positive, and I'm not supposed to eat chicken, but I do anyway.
Yeah. Well, all I'm saying is, if you rely on that theory, I don't, because there's no science. There's not enough science for me to say go ahead and make a decision about what you're going to eat based on your blood type.
I see.
I just can't. I can't go there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I probably didn't help you one whit, but at least you know where I stand.
You've helped me lots.
Very
encouraging.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Dominique, do you like that theory? Eat for your blood type?
Yeah, I'm with you all the way. And it's interesting because people have had good results when they try following the diet for their blood type. And really, if you look, I've read through the book, and it makes them make better food choices. It advocates what? Surprise, surprise, fruits and vegetables. It might eliminate some fruits and vegetables. But for the most part, and then they lose weight, and so, of course, we make the reference, well, this works, this is true, this is valid, this is science,
right,
because it works.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the bottom line is you just ate better, you made better food choices, that's it.
Right. Dr. McAllister, welcome back. Do you think You heard my point of view. Do you think do you agree or disagree? I don't care if you disagree.
No, I think you're probably right on the money, but
Do you like steak? You like to have a steak once in a while, right?
absolutely.
So do I.
Okay, so here's my view is that as much as we're all alike, we're all very different.
Mm-hmm.
And the people who have tried to change diet according to blood type, they're trying to separate out people who might do better with one diet or another. I don't think one size fits all. Everybody kind of has to find their own metabolic sweet spot,
That's right.
So there's something to it, though, when you look at the stats like you're talking about, and the papers will pretty much, support your point of view. I think in the end, what would do us all well, even if, regardless of the mix of foods we eat, if we just eat less of it. A
calorie restricted diet is what you're referring.
The caloric diet, has been the only diet that has shown to decrease or increase
longevity,
lifespan.
You're absolutely right. Experiments since the 1930s with all kinds of organisms, microscopic to, humans. That's the only variable. Calorie restriction, long life.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. My guest is Dominique Ostrander from Jarrow Formulas, talking about whether obesity should be considered a disease. I'll give you my definitive take on that. I will also give you my take on what I think is a good approach and a healthy relationship with food. Dominique, welcome back. What from a dietary supplement perspective, given, let's say you have an obese client that you're working with, what would you, in addition to helping them modify their diet, change their lifestyle behaviors, do you ever consider supplements for people who are obese to help them in some form or fashion? I'm curious.
Absolutely. It's interesting because even before I started working for Jarrow, which it's been about a decade now, but before that, working with obese patients, chromium picolinate. Do you remember that? Do you remember back in the day?
Oh, it was one of the biggest fads.
Exactly. Well, but ironically, chromium picolinate, though, what had tremendous science behind it as far as being able to control cravings, being able to maintain proper blood glucose levels so as to avoid cravings or crashes, blood sugar crashes, so to speak, which then help people make better food choices, which then help them lose some weight. So the answer to your question is yes, I do believe in dietary supplements as far as aiding in weight loss, controlling blood sugar, fiber to help you feel full. I think all of those things together, it's weapons in your arsenal, so to speak.
You mentioned, do you sell the picolinate, chromium picolinate?
We do sell a chromium GTF. We do sell a chromium. What you and I have talked about on the air many times, and I believe is probably one of the best things that you could take as far as a supplement, is our glucose optimizer. I think as far as being a complete proprietary blend of something that would control your blood sugar, including supporting it supports antioxidant status. I think the glucose optimizer is absolutely ideal.
And you would, not only for people who are overweight or obese, but people who, what about people who are not overweight or obese? Because there's current thinking right now that you need, on a day-to-day basis, to keep glucose and insulin levels within range, with what the recommended or prescribed range. And that if you don't, it does not contribute to successful aging. In fact, accelerates aging.
Exactly. So that's where I would recommend for somebody who's not obese, but somebody who wants to maintain blood glucose levels, activating sirtuin pathways, aka caloric restriction, hands down pterostilbene.
Pterostilbene?
Absolutely.
Okay, there's two. Yeah.
I think, in fact, pterostilbene, for people that if they wanted to take something for blood glucose control, increase cognitive function, but something that acts like a caloric mimetic, pterostilbene is the way to go. Taking it with something like nicotinamide riboside, for example, which increases NAD levels. I think together those two have a very synergistic relationship. Again, because nicotinamide riboside increases sirtuin pathways. We have
what are tell the listener and the viewer what sirtuin pathways are and why that's important.
Well, sirtuin pathways are what's activated when you are practicing caloric restriction, which is what's responsible for increased cognitive function, better metabolism. Your overall being is in a state of how do I say this? Optimum function. So we're not having any sort of degradation in our aging process. The more active our sirtuin-1 pathways are, the better aging we're having.
All right, so let's review. You mentioned the chromium picolinate.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned that.
And our glucose optimizer, right?
All right, glucose optimizer. Then you mentioned pterosilbene, and then nicotinamide. Right? I got that. How do you spell that? No. What the two I want you to focus on, please, is the pterosilbene and the nicotinamide, etc. product. What are those two again? Let's talk about them and why, because those are unique. Go ahead.
Okay, so specifically nicotinamide riboside, which is one of Jarrow's newest, and it supports NAD levels. So NAD levels are known to drop both with age and our lifestyle choices, such as overeating and inadequate amounts of exercise, which, let's face it, applies to a lot of people. So a lot of people will ask me, well, what if I consume B3 as niacin, because nicotinamide riboside is a B3 metabolite, but it's not the same thing as a niacin. So basically what this does is it helps age-related decline on a cellular level. And again, we don't think about aging, we don't think about all these things, we think about even obesity. We don't tend to think of this on a very cellular level, but we should. And if we incorporate nicotinamide riboside, pterosilbene, glucose optimizer, those kinds of things, we're starting to address mitochondrial function. We're starting to address cognitive function.
How do those products help an obese person?
Well, by increasing mitochondrial function, you're helping energy output in the cells by increasing.
You're burning more energy, right?
Well, it's not a thermogenic type of energy.
Oh,
it's
really?
Cellular energy. So it's not. So when we say, does it help you burn more calories? Again, it's not a thermogenesis, because it's not something that revs up the metabolism. What it does is it revs up the function of our cells. It's on a cellular level. So it's not the same thing as having a Red Bull, for example, or something extra caffeinated. It's on a very cellular level.
So in other words, all right, I'm trying to get my head wrapped around this, because I know there are people out there who are overweight or obese, and they're saying pterosilbene, nicotinamide riboside. I don't know. We'll come back with the LTN health question. We'll do this again.
Energy, energy, and more energy. Everyone needs it. But did you know you can get the energy you need quick through the powers of wild forest extracts? Wild chaga and birch bark were a secret source of energy and power for Russian athletes years ago, making them unbeatable. Now you too can experience real energy and power like you never dreamed possible. Wild chaga is the world's top source of SOD, superoxide dismutase, that critical enzyme that blocks the aging process and keeps your cells healthy. Wild birch extract is the world's top source of betulin, a natural sterol needed by every cell of the body. And healthy cells mean a healthy you, and a more powerful one too. Chaga birch bark is also good for your heart, healthy cholesterol, and even helps build healthy arteries. No wonder it's known as the king of all herbs. So take your Chaga Charge tea with wild birch bark every day and Chaga Max capsules from North American Herb and Spice and get that maximum energy you need. Also available in liquid as Chago Power Drops. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Have you experienced the wisdom of nature with Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter? Zyflamend is a 10-herb blend that delivers 3 health benefits. First, Zyflamend is an herbal approach to pain relief, helping to soothe minor pain or soreness. Second, Zyflamend is a joint supplement with time-tested herbs to support joint function and flexibility. And the third benefit, Zyflamend supports the body's healthy inflammation response, something that's essential for maintaining whole body health. Zyflamend is New Chapter's clinically tested blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, ginger, and green tea. Zyflamend is non-GMO project verified, gluten-free, and 100% vegetarian. New Chapter is a leader in supplement quality. Every ingredient, every product, every time. Discover Zyflamend, New Chapter's #1 selling multi-herbal. Zyflamend is made with ginger for occasional pain relief after exercise. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hitting the store shelves nationwide. Hemp-derived cannabidiol, or CBD, has been receiving a lot of attention for its tremendous promise on human health. Plus, CBD Oil by CV Sciences is the trusted brand setting the standards in this newly emerging category of plant-based extracts, offering a variety of hemp-derived CBD oil products that you can count on. In order to make the highest quality CBD oil products available, it is important to manage every step of the supply chain process, from seed to shelf. That's why, from harvesting our EU-certified hemp seeds, to laboratory testing for quality and safety, to producing our exceptional line of products, we are committed to going the extra mile. It is our commitment to you. Join the CBD evolution. Ask your local natural health retailer about Plus CBD oil products by CV Sciences today. Follow us on Facebook and learn more at pluscbdoil.com.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our #1 ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA-certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymedica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymedica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. North American Herb and Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Happy Valentine's Day. Here's the LTN health question of the day. The obesity epidemic is in full swing. It has served as the nemesis for the latter part of healthcare professionals and our society since I would say the last third of the 20th century at least, and now into the 21st century. Some would consider the obesity epidemic to be the most significant public health issue, an important public health issue of the 21st century. Here's the question. Taken together, How many people in the United States are overweight and obese? When taken together, overweight and obesity, how many people in the United States, what percentage of the population is overweight or obese? One, looking at both of those. 25%? One third or 2/3? Better than 2/3. 25%, 1/3, or better than 2/3? 2/3. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. Toll free, right answer, $25 supplement gift card. Dominique, welcome back. Let's return when we were last talking.
Yes, and I thought I would clarify that too, because I can see how there might be a difficult or a challenge for listeners to really understand about nicotinamide riboside. And so I thought, well, how can I give a sort of cliff-noted, effective explanation? And basically, when you increase mitochondrial function, you are helping convert nutrients into energy. So it's not that it's a cellular, it's not that it's a thermogenic type of energy, it's cellular. So we're aiding in converting nutrients into energy. So the more efficient our mitochondria are, the more likely we are to take in the nutrients that we put in our bodies and then utilize them for energy. And that's all based on the fact that we're not taking in excessive calories.
So this would help a person who's overweight or obese then, in that way. Nicotinamide riboside. How do you spell the second word?
riboside.
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 And it's also in our cells, it's been shown to activate genes which are related to enhanced oxidative metabolism, which is protective against high-fat diet-induced metabolic changes. So again, this is all science. This is shown in science to go ahead and do this. On a separate note, Jarrow Formula's nicotinamide riboside contains the very first patented and only commercially available nature bioidentical nicotinamide riboside.
Do people are they purchasing the nicotinamide riboside as a weight loss product? What are they doing?
The fountain of youth.
They're seeing it as a fountain of youth and not as so much as a weight loss.
Right, but they're seeing it more as the fountain of youth just to help with everything, to help with all the age-related metabolic changes. So it's not, again, I think it's being the fountain of youth, but we're realizing more and more that the fountain of youth is so much more than wrinkles, because when we think fountain of youth, we tend to think aesthetics. We don't think of aging as something internal. We think of it something external.
Good point. Here's the LTN health question of the day. What I'll give you two choices. What percentage of the population is overweight or obese? 33% or 68%? What percent of the population's overweight or obese together? 33% or 68%? 877-897-8255. It's a huge problem. There's a clue. So you don't have to be overweight or obese to take pterostilbene or nicotinamide riboside. If you are overweight or obese, it wouldn't hurt.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Oh, absolutely. I as far as nicotinamide riboside, I mean, somebody that's even younger, people that are suffering from fatigue, tiredness, stress, all of those things that are contributing to oxidative damage, to decline in the way we feel, our functioning, can benefit from something like NR. We abbreviated NR. Absolutely.
It's sometimes treated like a pair of old shoes. All right? You like them, you've worn them, and they sit in the closet. That's fiber. In my opinion, that is a standby strategy. You know, increase your fiber intake. Mention your fiber product real quick.
We have Gentle Fibers and Fiber Perfect. Again, excellent fiber makes you feel full. It controls blood sugar. It's very important, you know, whether you're supplementing with it or whether you're getting it from cruciferous vegetables, I think are probably one of the greatest sources of fiber.
Okay. Let's go to Lakeland, Florida. Sarah, what percent of the population is overweight or obese? 33% or 68%?
I said what you said before, 2/3.
2/3. It's a little better than 2/3. It's 68%. Congratulations. You'll want a $25 supplement gift card. Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling in, Sarah.
Thank you so much. I enjoy your show so much.
We enjoy having you as an audience member. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we enjoy you too, Dominique. And
Thank you, Dr. Darko.
My pleasure. Jarrow Formulas, Terastilbene, nicotinamide riboside, and their fiber products, and their glucose optimizer. There's a little review. They're wonderful. I didn't get to my idea of a healthy relationship with food. I will make sure I do that maybe even tomorrow. In the meanwhile, remember, your health is your wealth.